Oh my goodness. That song's been on loop for 30 minutes. Welcome, everyone. Just jamming along, just jamming along with the greatest tune that I've ever downloaded off the internet. Welcome to tonight's inaugural virtual Kentucky Derby. I've got some guests with me, and we get them added onto the stage if I can, but the race, as we see it, it's going off in 45 minutes. We got 45 minutes to kill. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see. So I've got so far, looks like our buddy Peeb. Let's see if I can throw you in here. If I sign you to the guest thing and I say that you're here. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you. Can you hear and see me?
Yeah, yeah. So is that a custom T-shirt that you have
It
made
is.
for your
You're
racing
gonna
club?
you're gonna enjoy this bit.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness. So, what did that run you at the top merch store? Uh,
It was very affordable actually. I know people.
yeah, Brian is here with me. Brian Fleming, who was the original artist of the stylish studs, and he's over there fist pumping. He's extremely excited to see his handiwork go on next to him. It looks like we have another guest. Let me see if I can flip over and assign our next guest, our friend Doink. There we go. Oh, look at the beard. Baltazar, can you hear us? Are you there? Can we hear you? No, you're muted. We can't hear you. No. Oh, geez. Amateur hour. Um, Once he gets on, I'll ask you guys some really hard-hitting interview questions. But yeah, welcome everyone tonight. This is pretty exciting. Oh, let's see, sounds pretty low, or is it just me? Yeah, if anybody has any sort of issues with audio, please ping. This is our first one. You never know how it's going to go. Fib on is having some sort of internet issue. He'll be on shortly as well. Our favorite third-time Fib. Anyway, okay, yes, I see guest has muted themselves for Baltazar, but that seems like a user error. So, Pete, tell me about what is happening tonight for you. What have you got? What are the feelings in your deep in your gut on tonight's festivities and your team as they've gotten to this point?
So we've got four runners in the race. We've got Barbarity, No Regret, General Duke, and the recently renamed Polychrome. Out of those four, I think our best chance is probably No Regret. We think that she's probably stacked up stat wise to give us the best run with some overpowered heart, hopefully taking it to the glory. I think that's our best chance. Yeah, I think we're probably outgunned by others in the field though.
Okay, so you're not feeling good about your chances, but four horses in the field. How did you get to this point? I mean, to have four horses in the first virtual Kentucky Derby, somebody maybe is tuning in and saying, "Wow, what do I do to get here?" Just give me a brief overview of how you came from zero virtual horses in the Kentucky Derby to four horses in the virtual Kentucky Derby.
Well, look, I mean, we're slightly disappointed we don't have six in. So we had the number 20, 22 and 24 qualifiers. So we could have had it could have been better for us. That said, I mean, I think No Regret qualified on the last day of qualifying. So easy come, easy go. In terms of our PFL journey, I mean, look, we didn't start with huge money. We kind of traded our way up from the early days of when the game was first in the PFP breeding stage. And here we are now, hopefully one of the strongest stables, best place to, if not take down today's Derby, then do it in the future.
Do the next one. Looks like we've got another guest. Baltazar, are you able to speak? Or are you, no, still nothing. Still says you're muted. No, I'll have to throw your ass out of here. Just kidding, of course. All right, so it looks like I've got guest three. Let's see if I can, if we do four, I'm not sure how it looks. Let me see if I've got a newest member here. Doesn't seem to be showing up for me. Looks like you're supposed to be in here there, Fib, and you're not. let's try and get you onto guess 3. Doink. Let's see if we get you onto here. Yeah, okay, so we're struggling with getting the 4th. I'll figure out how to do that. Can you hear us? Oh, no, you're muted too.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
There we go. Look at you. You dressed up nice.
Now look at this. This is a classic Woodford Reserve, sponsored by Churchill Downs. It's a party. How you doing, Peeb? What's going on?
Good. How are you?
Woodford did not pay for that placement. You are just a big fan of Woodford Reserve, I guess.
I'm just a huge fan of Woodford. Not partnered with Woodford. Could be. Not opposed.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Huge day.
It is a huge day, man. I mean, looking around here, so I mean, Peeb's got 4 in the race. Well, let's see, what's your best?
Yeah, Peeb,
odds?
you got 4 in the race. You think you're going to take it with 4 in the race, Peeb?
60 to 1.
I think I just heard you saying that you
1.
don't think you're going to.
No, he doesn't think so. He doesn't. His best horse is 15 to 1 as we currently speak. Look at this field. So Peeb, the market agrees with you that it's not such a solid landscape for you, but you're excited for the future. You know, this is going to be just a small stepping stone. How many people are in your syndicate, or is that protected private information?
No, we can tell you. So there's 5 members of the syndicate, all with sizable shares in the syndicate, so all with a good interest in it. We originally started as just myself and a friend from a game that we shan't mention who moved over 18 months ago. And then eventually we grew out to multiple owners and brought in more horses and just kept growing and growing, and now we're here.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have someone like yourself. I also just saw Phil tug that Woodford out of the bottle. You didn't even buy a glass for today's festivities.
Yeah, you think I own all this furniture behind me is rented. I have no silverware. I am actually homeless.
I did think maybe we could get you a green screen, but no. Rather, you'd show up in your messy house with a sword hanging on the wall. Very high
That's
class.
a gladius. It's actually a gladius. In case anybody's wondering, yeah.
No, okay. Great. Well, anyway, so looking at the field, again, about 12 and a half minutes till the picks close. We've got a good, chunk of time until the race actually goes off. When looking around here, the pool of Derby token is growing substantially past anything that 237,000 Derbs. Okay, I see a new guest in the green room. There's Baltazar. It's back. We'll see if I can get him back in a second. But looking around here, I mean, who's the odds-on favorite so far? Is it still Supersonic? So Supersonic, 5.8 to 1. This 20-horse field. Has this ever been done in virtual horse racing history? I doubt it. If so, I don't want to hear about it. Really, this is the first time ever in my eyes. But GVG Genetics, an absolute beast. Supersonic with 37 starts and 11 wins. Boy, this is going to be a tough horse to beat. What do you think, Pete? Would you put your IRA on this horse coming up in the virtual derby, or no? What do you think?
I like GVG's main horse, Supersonic. I'm less of a fan of his horse that came in the late scratch, Cosmo. Yeah, Supersonic's got a chance. I like Apollo. I like the Pelennor Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pelennor Fields. Let's see. Okay, Baltazar's here, so we can talk about Pelennor Fields. I'm going to try and figure out how the heck to get this guy.
They're on the Quattro, Ian. The Quattro.
How do you? If I just drag his face on here, that sort of works. I still can't hear him. Can you guys?
Nope.
Okay. Well, he's not there. I'm going to put him in.
He's
the zone,
trapped.
I'm going to put him in like a sad circle. In the corner.
It's the sad circle. Let's just watch. Let's watch him react.
Yeah, it's a let's react video
Yes.
of Baltazar. I mean, it just says, dude, when I'm looking at my streaming software, guest has muted themselves. So it's really a user error. Anyway.
You've muted
Baltazar,
yourself. We're really curious what you have to say, though.
And he doesn't know how to get out of this. But anyway, regardless, let's go back to the Derby here. We've got the Kentucky Derby and the historic evening. Pelennor Fields, a gray. I always love a gray. You see a gray. What do you do, Fib?
You bet a gray.
Yeah. There you go. So Pelennor Fields, which I didn't know what it meant, and I had to look it up. It's apparently some nerdy Tolkien stuff. So congrats to Baltazar for being...
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I mean, I read it when I was a kid. I haven't read The Hobbit 30 years.
Oh, it's not in The Hobbit. It's in.
Which one's it in? All
It's
of
in
them?
the Return of the King. I think that's where it's.
Okay.
I mean, it might be mentioned in the other ones, but
Yeah. See, I mean, that's what's different about the virtual Kentucky Derby. They're never going to talk about Tolkien, and that's why we're appealing to a whole new audience here. The Tolkien fans that love horse racing. There's so many of them, and the great crossover is here. The guest is so he's showing the Lord of the Rings book of some sort in his tiny shame window. Balthazar.
Shame when-
Oh man, this is amazing. So anyway, it looks like if there's anything else going on, okay, they can't post links in the Twitch. Yeah, I guess that's for scamming. If you need links, they've got two great tools out there. Fib, you've seen them. Gavone and the what's the other Mr. What's the two sites? Gap Racing with the Gavone, and then the other one is called
Gap Racing and MJ's site.
MJ's. What's the name of it though? I'm trying to find the name of his. Is it just called MJ's site? I thought there was a name.
Horsepower.
Horsepower.
I think it's Horsepower.
Okay. Anyway, that's where I was drawing the blank. But anyway, if you need links to those two great community sites of folks that are out there actually trying to figure out and crack the code and get some click to pick inside deep info on who's going to win this race. I don't know if I have any idea who's going to win this race. It's absolutely anyone's race. 20 horses. I mean, I feel the same way in the Derby. Now, Fib, you were there, and I was sure that Mage was going to win the Churchill Downs Real Kentucky Derby, and I was right, and I have footage proving it, so I wish I had it ready. I would play it right here to show you all. But this one, I don't know, man.
Really happened.
I mean, I really don't know, and I should, but I don't. Apollo looked really, really strong when I was looking earlier. If we dig into Apollo, so Apollo's history here comes from a long, long line of champion stables at absolute horsepower. This guy came from he's a 3-speed, 3-heart, 3-stamina, maxed out on a lot of key attributes for Kentucky Derby style racing. If you look at the bloodline, two very, very strong cartoon parents. And overall, I mean, really just kind of blown the doors off.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, he's made it.
What did you do wrong?
He hit the mute.
What did you do?
It only took me 4 tries, reopening the screen twice, quitting, logging back on, unplugging the webcam, muting and unmuting again, and then changing from the drop-down menu, muting and remuting the 5th time to get it working. So
I'm guessing you've got a Windows computer, is my guess.
That is a great guess.
So you turned it on, and then you turned it off, and then you turned it on again.
Yeah, you toggled it. I'm just going to put him over in a corner here so everyone can see him. So all right, so Balthazar, tell us your journey. I mean, you're in here. In big time. So what is the, let's see if I go back to the actual race itself. We're going to look at the old Derby. What's your stable got at stake here today?
Yeah, well, it's kind of the end of, or not the end, but the beginning of the end of the first part of a pretty interesting journey over the last, what is it, year plus for me personally. Started off just buying one S- ticket, and it turned into somehow managing to qualify 4 of these lovely horses for the first ever Kentucky Derby, virtual Kentucky Derby. That's pretty darn exciting. We got 4 horses in currently. We got 1 soft horse and then 3 that prefer firm. So with the yielding weather, I'm somewhat hopeful here that we're at least gonna, fingers crossed, to get somebody onto the podium. But it's crazy, and you see the wagering action, or the pick action, I should say, going on here. It just dwarfs the actual pot. So it's awesome to see all these pieces whirring together, and I can't wait to see a 20-horse field, because that is a big race. I'm
nervous. I'm nervous for all the horses out there. For their well-being. That's a lot of horses. A lot of action in the gate is, you make sure that they're going to be okay. So you got 4 in the field. So Mill Street, Philly, as we've talked about a little bit, maybe online, but this is our first Kentucky Derby. The population is extremely low. So we're sort of setting a little bit of a weird precedence here. Usually Phillies don't race in the Derby. They have done it in the past. But in the following seasons, we have the Kentucky Oaks, which is the Philly-only race. Once we have a larger population, we'll be moving into that. But regardless, you got Mill Street here, a filly running in the 1 position, the 1 gate. What do you think her odds are? I mean, she's obviously the market says 12-1. Do you think she's under or overvalued there?
Yeah, I think she's probably slightly undervalued there. Peep and I were talking about this yesterday. I think that she might prefer slightly shorter, and she might prefer the good or the fast conditions as opposed to the yielding. That being said, if you take a look at some of those third-party tools you were referring to earlier, she does have some decent times at 10. And clearly, she managed to qualify decently well here. So I think someone was calling for a dark horse earlier. Pun actually not intended there, but I kind of do agree with the assessment.
I like the little spots. The little she's got a cool little coat there, and profitability been soaring.
My good luck charm here is the hat that I found that matches my old PFP, which was the Hawaiian style one. So we kind of got this going on. We got the 4th of July too. So. Yeah. Just pop that on Mill Street and she'll take right off.
Yeah, why not, right? I mean, she's looking pretty strong. Look at like previous performances. She's maybe a little bit sagged, but then she's hit her stride here, kind of coming in towards the end. That's possible. I don't know. So looking back at the other, let's see, who's the next one you got in? So Monarch, right? A Colt, and 26-1 right now.
Yeah, Monarch is interesting because that is the absolute fastest left dirt horse at 4 and 5 and possibly at 6. Sprinter, though. Definitely a sprinter. I was surprised that we managed to get him in. I think it was in the last day or the second to last qualifier. But who knows? Could be one of those big heart situations. I think there's
true. Like, can he stay for 10 furlongs? That's an interesting stab at it. A maximum heart coming out of the core genetics. I don't know. That's a good smart move, and obviously it looked like he hit a big pop here, a big win, moving in. Right? I guess was that the qualifier going in?
Qualifier, yeah. I watched that race at Home Depot and confused a good deal of people around me.
That's where I watch all my races. Is Home Depot. Looks like we've lost Fib. It's okay. He's not really adding much. We all know that. Anyway, okay, moving on. Let's see who else you got. Oh, just a reminder: 2.5 minutes till your picks to click window closes. A lot of Derby tokens throwing out in the pool. Make sure you get in before it closes. This is an absolutely historic moment. Again, the purse of the race is $80,000 Derby. We're already seeing picks well north of that. The show pool almost filling up to that size. Pretty amazing. So I love you guys. The D-Gens out there, get in and make your favorite pick. Who's the pick to click? I say pick to click all the time. Hopefully everyone's heard that before. I used to hear that all the time in the old days. Pick to click, 5-star lock. Mega lock. That's what I'm trying to say you're going for. All right, so what's the next one you've got in? You've got, I just missed it. Rock of Cashel? Okay.
Cashel.
Is that some other Tolkien crap or what, man? Come on.
It could be. It could be. Okay. Not that there really is Tolkien crap per se, but it could because it's a castle. It's a big castle on a hill in the middle of Ireland that used to be the seat of the Kings of Munster. And my wife and I went there just before, I think, maybe it was Beta 3 or somewhere early in Go Live. And I just love the place, love the pictures. It also was the seat of kings, so I thought if this is going to be the start of the
Smart.
throw it in there.
So pretty strong. Let's see. We've got. I mean, it's cold. It's obviously big finish here at the end. Had a rough go, but bounced. And definitely a longer distance horse it seems, right?
Interesting distribution there, though, right? Like you see, he tends to come like second and third a lot, so he'll land up on the podium a decent amount. Also, LDS a little bit less crowded relative to LDF, and he's one of those horses where he has top time that's like 7, and then also at 12, and then on top, but not on sloppy, and not bad at yielding. So we'll see about this one.
So ill-tempered. Have you had problems with Rock of Cashel at the stable? He's been. Have you thought about gelding Rock of Cashel to get that temper improved?
He did almost take a good bite out of this, so it crossed my mind, but I got it out in time. So
All right, Rock of Cashel at 16-1, and then let's see your last steed. We've got where am I go? How far down are we?
Down there.
Did I miss it? Oh yeah, Pelennor, right?
Right there.
I've seen this horse. This Pelennor has won some big races, right?
Pelennor has in the betas, as well as some decent sized ones in Go Live. And one of the reasons that I feel pretty strongly that either Pelennor or Apollo is going to land up on the podium in some way, shape, or form is because they seem to have they're essentially brother quote unquote horses, by the way, in terms of the rarity of the parents. Is because they have a pretty strong heart, from what I can tell. And when they go head to head, like they keep exchanging races like back and forth between that horse and Apollo. But the larger the fields, they tend to show up. And the bigger races, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's the excitement of the crowd. Maybe it's the type of race it is. Maybe it's racing in Churchill Downs that gets Pelennor Fields excited. But we will see.
I got Fib going. Fib was dancing like I've never seen once when he got in the infield at Churchill Downs. I've got some video. I'll share it at the end of the race.
Oh yeah, please.
Snoop, like when Snoop plays in the infield, Fib went off. Just like everyone wanted to watch this guy. I'm not sure why this one's not loading. There must be. Oh, there it goes. Okay. There was like some weird. I'm at the office trying to do our green screen. I mean, I'm at Churchill Downs. The internet is a little bit wonky.
You are not at the.
Of course, I just got like
call that the
focus.
office.
Yeah, this is the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, man, this is so. What are your thoughts, Baltazar? Or are we pretty? Let me make sure I check. Has the betting window or wager window, pick selection window has closed? So, who is the odds-on favorite? Let's take a look. Supersonic 6.24 to 1.
Look at that pool.
That's pretty spread out. I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, when we were at the Derby, the favorite was 2 to 1, 3 to 1. I mean, 6.2 to 1 on a favorite is pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty spread out.
That is pretty good. It's a nice day to bet the chalk, I guess.
I mean,
at least you get paid. I mean,
yeah. I mean, everyone in the Solana NFT space is like, oh, nice, got a 3x flip. Here you got the favorite, and 6.2x flip. So
I could definitely see. A 20 plus X happening today. There's no way that's not in the cards. Looking at all these horses, I mean, it's just like
it's too many.
I think the field is actually,
yeah, it is, and they're all pretty damn good. That's for sure.
And it's yielding. I mean,
Leveled the playing field a little bit.
Yes.
So I guess a quick question for Peeb and for Baltazar. You guys Peeb, I'll ask you first. What are your plans with all these 4? Are they retiring at the end of this race, you think, or are you going to race them next season?
No, all 4 retiring. The only colt which might be of interest to general public is General Duke. The other 3 of ours are fillies, and they'll be retiring and breeding for future Kentucky Derbies, hopefully.
So General Duke out to stud at 8 p.m. this evening. He will be headed to the great pasture with Gatorade and cigarettes and the whole thing. Now, how about you, Baltazar? Your crew here, are they all retiring? Are they going to go into the next season, you think, or the next Derby?
So Monarch will retire and will stay in-house. Mill Street will retire, and I mean, that's going to be the pairing on one side. And then Pelennor, I'm planning on retiring, and Nightmare, who just raced at the 6:30 mark, will be matched up with him. Rock, I want to see how he does in this because I've seen some signs of potential, maybe like aging going on with him. Something may have changed a little bit the last few races, and I want to see how he performs here before I decide. I mean, obviously, kind of a tight window because the end of breeding's coming up. But the flip side is if you keep someone out there who's reasonably strong, and I've kind of alluded to this before, decent at 7, decent at 12. And majority of these are retiring. That could be a really interesting way to kind of catch up or make a really good stand in this upcoming season, next upcoming Derby.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's always an interesting decision. I mean, I know we're so early. There's so few horses. It's really interesting to see even this. Like, okay, so you've already paired up. Mill Street and Monarch are now just. I don't want to. There's no easy way to say it. But you know what? We all know what's going to happen later tonight on their honeymoon. But regardless, you're hoping. I mean, I guess you've worked in the beta phases. I mean, have you already bred those guys in the Bizarro universe and have seen how it worked out?
It's interesting because my kind of greatest beta success was probably a horse called Queen Street, and that was sired by Scott Street, who was also in this race. Also a very good
Take a look at Scott Street.
Yeah, we know Scott Street. Yep.
Spider's really good too. And the difference is that Scott Street was available for breeding during V2, but the horse called Monarch, which is an homage to my high school and their mascot, that horse was not available because it was Vino and it was Ghost's horse at the time. So my hope is that with the rarer cartoon horse grandparents, that the foal may turn out even better in maybe one generation or two generations as we start to cross between the different bloodlines. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That dark bay.
Yeah, super interesting. Yeah, the
dark bay, the mysterious coat.
Almost black, really. Scott Street is looking pretty.
Yeah,
nearly black.
So it was interesting. We just added that in, and there was some like LDS in there, and I think there was like an A+ with a bunch of matches and high boosts in there that was obviously not 1-1. So it got complicated toward the end, but that's what made it fun. I love these complicated strategy games. So love it.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, looking around at the rest of the, let's see. Okay, I just want to make sure I don't miss the Derby like some idiot.
We got plenty of time.
Okay,
plenty
good.
of time.
So looking around, yesterday's top horse was Rock of Cashel, so a 23K big win there. Cosmo, who's also in this one, and you got Twitch at 14. Big Brain, I'm not sure. I actually invited some Big Brain people on, but I haven't heard from them. And then La Jolla, or as Mo said, what did he say? La Jolla
yes.
Farms. La Jolla Farms had a big day. So looking around kind of at the stables, I mean, have you guys looked at these stats lately? Fib brought this up yesterday or 2 days ago. Like the racing is ripping. Secretariat with 912 starts. I mean, you guys are up here too, I'm assuming. Baltazar there at 330 though. I mean, he's 3x the amount of races from you. How many horses does he have compared to you though? I guess probably a lot more.
I'm only in LD. That's the thing. I'm only in LD.
Right, you've picked an archetype.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
This is,
Okay. Peeb, aren't you? I'm pretty sure that you have some of the archetypes kind of edged out, don't you? Which one is yours again? Is it LTS? Is that your specialty? I'm trying to remember.
No, it's LD but LDS. So we think
LDS.
Hopefully
Okay.
got. Yeah, so whenever the Derby goes sloppy or whenever it goes soft, hopefully we should be in the running. We were excited to see 60% weather.
That's
this
an
time,
interesting.
obviously.
I mean, how early you
hoping
must
for
have been
rain.
plotting that? You must have been plotting that so early, and then were you excited then with this yielding call to bring your horses kind of like into contention here? Like, was that like a good?
No, he
moment for you?
he wanted rain. I mean, he was hoping for slop, right? I mean, that would
Well, sure, but at least it wasn't. At least it wasn't firm. I mean, I thought that it was going to default firm.
It was 60%. Yeah, it was a good. I mean, it was cloudy at Louisville that day. So
it was cloudy.
It was.
I mean, it almost feels like it feels like Peeb's kind of time traveling here. That's what I'm getting at. It's like how long ago did you set this up to be able to enter all of this powerful LDS stable into what is traditionally an LDF race? It's pretty a lot of forethought, a lot of planning.
Well, we did pick very early on to go not necessarily LDS but LD, similar to Balthazar. Like we knew that the biggest races would be here. Even back before we were a syndicate and before we invited more members in, we were a small LD stable, some of the best pieces, but just like literally a tiny handful of them. We kind of focused on LDS just because you get those in-house benefits once you start breeding with your own studs, and you're able to hopefully compound your advantage year on year when you're breeding. So we'll see how that plays out. But we're keen to make sure that other entrants can come in and come and compete with us. So we will be selling foals. We're not going to withhold them. We're not going to withhold our studs from the public market. We're going to make sure that we've got good competition out there as well.
Nice. That's awesome. I mean, that's good to know.
Yeah,
if I look on the breeding market, and I am a big fan of your message, is there already a YSM up, or or all of them have to wait till after the race? Do you have some already up already?
So Lord Strange went up. He was an A+. He sold out within 24 hours. That's how that's how charitable we are of our pricing. So keep an eye out for that. Eclipse, we've just flipped Eclipse into the private barn just 12 hours ago. So we can go and breed instantly with our our fillies that come off the track and then put him straight back on the public barn straight after. So he'll be there. So he probably should have been. He would have been a shoe in for qualification, but we wanted to get him out there and on the barn before the Kentucky Derby. So he unfortunately isn't racing today.
Yeah, and Baltazar, you have any already publicly listed here? If a fan just likes the look of your beard and they want one of your horses to.
They want the bearded horse.
They want your stud in there. Sorry.
The beard may not be long for this world. I actually started growing this because at some point Pete said that I sounded older than I looked, and I should have a beard. So I started growing a beard, and my wife doesn't really like the beard, so the beard might go away soon. If
it looks good, man. I would go with it.
Yeah, it does look good. You're looking handsome, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm married.
I saw you kind of pulling like a little flex there too. You're looking pretty big. You're looking like look at that. Oh yeah.
Hold on, let me check over here real quick.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Let's arm wrestle at the 150th Derby, dude. Let's do it.
Oh man, there's gonna be so many arm wrestles in the infield of the Derby. I can't wait. All right. Anyway, back to the Derby.
Knuckle boxing.
Do we have slap fights? That's what we're actually going to do.
Slap fights,
do you have some? You said, Baltazar, you have some listed or no?
I have just a couple. One is a LDF. I can't quite figure out because I couldn't race him properly, but named Zebra, Zee space BRUH.
Oh,
he's out there. I think 9 or 10 so far, and then High Tea at the Ritz, which is an LDS. Is up there as well. I think he's gotten maybe 5 or so. Interesting about this one, S plus and speed. I guess I just couldn't figure out how to race him properly because I couldn't, except for once. But he has that speed. We were talking about this yesterday, but Astros are a little hard to figure out on the distance, especially for LD, and in my experience, and some of the folks who were talking about it. And this seems to be an example of it. There are a couple of them in the Derby. I think ghost horses, so they should. They should do well.
Looking like the Solana chart here.
Oh no.
Or I guess really every crypto token chart. Man, ouch. Yeah. So with an S plus speed, you're right. What happened? I just don't know. We couldn't crack the code, right?
I tried so many different things. Like I tried graded races, tried restricted races. I tried maidens. I tried different conditions, distances, allowances, restricted allowances to specific grades. Just nothing. I'm
seeing the race about to start, so I'm about to click over because I feel like it actually might be running right now. Let me change real quick. I don't know what's happening, but I think it's about to run.
What?
No way. Okay.
It's at 7. We're here. It's the virtual Kentucky Derby, and they're off in the virtual Derby. Oh my gosh, I don't know why it's jumping so early, but we're here. Thank goodness I didn't miss it. Out of the gate, no regret. 14 horse at 16-1 has shot out in the lead. We've got Monarch, we've got Cosmo, we've got Rose of Zion. This is a great race. Look at this 20-horse field as they run in the schlop, the yielding track on this Kentucky Derby. Wonderful evening in Louisville, Kentucky. The crowd is going crazy. Look at all those fans. They've absolutely had a great time today in Louisville. No regrets, still leading as Cosmo and Rose of Zion follow closely behind. Polychrome there in the 4 position with Monarch and Apollo as they head into the backstretch. First half mile in 49 seconds. No real rush, but moving quickly along. We've got Cosmo still out in front now with Rose of Zion and Polychrome. Cosmo separating from the field with a good 2 to 3 horse length lead, and we are moving into the farther turn slowly. Apollo, Elvis, Supersonic, and Scott Street trying to make a play. I still can't believe this race started so quickly. Here we come around the final turn, the first virtual Kentucky Derby. I am losing my mind. Cosmo with the first position. Talk Derby to me, surging on the outside. Elvis in the 3 position. No regret moving up closely. And now here we come down the stretch. The 10-horse Talk Derby to me comes in front with Elvis with no regret. with Talk Derby to me. Oh my goodness, look out for Pellinor Fields. Look out for Elvis. Elvis Pellinor Fields, who will take the
Come on now.
Elvis has left the building.
Oh.
Soulmates. It was Pellinor Fields. Balthazar, I'm so congratulatory for you. Congratulations.
Oh
wow, that happened so fast. I was not ready, and my goodness, we really made it work. Woo. Thank goodness I happened to have a screen open and it saw it. I thought it was running 15 minutes from now.
That's what it says.
Whatever, you know. Okay. This is why we do it live. Who cares, right? So here we are in the absolute. Let's look at this replay again, and we'll take a look. Now that we have a moment to think about it. So, Peeb, what happened? If Peeb is still there, where did you end up? I didn't even see what. I was just going. I was losing my mind. Did you end up with any in the podium, Peeb?
We didn't there, no. So no regret led out for us, and seemed to tail off, and then seemed to recover at the back end. So she was a hope, but tailed off right at the end. Polychrome, I think, came 5th by the looks of it. But yeah, no. Congratulations to Soulmate and Elvis. That's a hell of a result.
What was Elvis's odds? Anybody remember? If I go, I'll close it in a second.
I remember saying in Discord that Elvis was way too cheap.
Elvis was cheap. All right, let's go back and look. Now that I'm, that I've recovered. I was really not ready. It's wild. It's like
it's
it
awesome
ran.
To see 20
oh,
running.
It says it starts at 8 minutes. It ran on the other machine, so it actually ran. Here, I'll flip over and we'll look at it.
Okay.
This is the actual race. I mean, it ran. It obviously simulated. So here's the race, and holy mackerel. Crazy
Elvis,
finish.
18x 18
to 1. So yeah, we'll click on here and we'll go to the ending. Wow, here's the finish. We'll pause it there and take a look. So Elvis ran a 2:02. Pellinor, I'm gonna put back into ambient music here so we can chat. Pellinor very close, and Scott Street in the close third. Man, wow. So yeah, as Lacey says, it's not up for public yet. It just ran really quick.
You could only see it if you watched this stream, tuned in, exclusive, early news.
Yeah, the early side of.
So you can look at your money now, and you know what you're getting now. Do the math.
Oh man, unbelievable!
Let's see how much was on Elvis. Okay, Elvis is the 18.
Let me go back to
12.66K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do a little math.
Let me go back to 3, and I'll show. Switch it over to the Brave browser. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so now we can take a look. That was something else. This is why doing it live. This is the excitement of virtual horse racing. There's always a surprise in stake. This was something else. It still hasn't cleared to the game yet. So we got
whatever you threw down on Elvis, you got 18x your tokens. Who bet on Elvis?
Oh my goodness!
Put your hand up. Who had Elvis to win?
Yeah, jeez, wow, unreal. Well, I guess we'll it'll show up here in a minute and we can watch it.
Yeah,
again.
we can watch it again. We can pretend we didn't see it.
But we saw it live. We saw it live. I don't know how that happened, but we saw it live.
I take
any chance that was a dev version, or?
I don't think so, but we could. You never know. I guess we'll wait and see what happens.
It ends differently. Oh no!
If it runs again,
insane.
What would happen? I don't know.
It was simulated differently. Oh my god! All I can say is that it's a good thing that we've pre-banned Stens for this occasion. That's all I can say.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, basically,
take some consolation here that our friends who own Hot Rod Charlie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hot Rod Charlie came in second in the 2021 Derby, if memory serves. So
that's right. And then multi-million-dollar Dubai Cup winner. After that. So
yes, that's coming up next.
If it
when we get the maiden partnership, and then we can Get that $2 million payday on your W, and
I can't imagine. I really feel like I should just go like look and see what happened. I mean, what had happened? I know for sure. Like we were trying to bump the race to be a little bit later after the stream. At 7:15, and so I don't know. Maybe it didn't take, and it just ran at 7. And I happened to be. Here we go. Yeah, Rolo says if it runs again with a different result, Ian suggests going to nearest bomb shelter.
Ian's actually already a body double.
No, I will say for sure. I mean, that race was final. I don't care if it runs again. It doesn't matter. We'll look at that as a bizarro universe. We just saw the race run. That was the race. It clearly ran it and simulated it. Congratulations to all winners.
There won't be a first bizarro Kentucky Derby then.
Why not?
We'll always run too.
We're all doing it live, but yeah, I can't imagine that it's going to happen again. But I will go open up a browser and take a look and make sure that that's not going to happen. But yeah, Fib, why don't you help me wrangle this while I look? You talk or something.
Oh, you want me to talk? Okay. Yeah. So we saw what we saw was this massive field. Okay, like when you look at all of these different horses, like I imagine that we are all keen on the heart, right, of each of these horses. Did we already discuss this before I came in? Who do you think out of all these horses benefited the most from heart? Do we have a read on that? Who's got the biggest heart? Who's got the highest heart stat?
It wasn't Elvis. So Elvis only had a two heart stat. He was one of the PFPs that couldn't make 3 heart.
Yeah, I think it's Pellinor. I think it's Pellinor. I'm pretty sure it's Pellinor.
Interesting.
I think Pellinor needed another half furlong to furlong, which is something we talked about the other day on one of Peeb's streams. Is I think he actually would rather run 11 or 12, and the heart will kick in maybe with finish at the end. Wasn't quite enough. Elvis, I said it many times, was undervalued. I think in this, and he did quite well in the betas. He did quite well in breeding in the betas. And
Elvis is a sleeper to me. Honestly, I don't think I've heard of. I feel like I have not tracked Elvis, which is funny because I feel like I've seen every single one of these other horses many times. Because the Third Time Thursdays, I believe one of the Third Time Thursdays races is a sort of like a Derby-esque race. And
I can't remember. There was one major that I feel like he was in, or not, it was a major, but it was like a Thursday Cup or something. But remember, also he's LDS, so he wouldn't have been in some of the the LDF races necessarily.
Yeah.
I think Soulmate tried some things where he raced him on LT as well, and he was doing vice versa, trying to put some LT horses on LV for this one, just to kind of test things out. Great stable.
I'm
what happened to Apollo here? What happened to Apollo during this result? Do you guys remember where he ended up?
Sibling rivalry, I think, is a thing that happens with them in certain kinds of races. Now, this is all just completely wacky conspiracy theory territory, but
conjecture. I like that.
They are neck and neck in some races, like 1-2 in like certain types of fields, and then some races they are just like gaps apart. And it could be sibling rivalry, it could be a combination of temper and heart and aging, or all of those things and something else. But yeah, the spread was wide. I was kind of expecting one of them to be up high and then one of them to be fairly far back. And whatever coin flip happened worked this time.
Let's watch the. I want to watch the replay again. I want to get into.
We can wait till the real. It's going to show it again. We double checked just so everyone knows. It ran the race early.
It's the real race.
I shouldn't even say early, like just to double check. So people that are on Twitch and who knows what conspiracy theories live in our current world. I tried to make it run at 7:15 so that we would have more time to BS and talk. It was originally scheduled for 7. It ran at 7, as we see. So the race is already run. I double checked. It's not going to run again or re-simulate. Unfortunately, for anyone that lost, what we just saw was actually the
I did think I saw it at 7. Like I was planning to get home at a certain time.
It was at 7. Yeah.
It
was definitely always at 7. I tried to bump it forward. It did not successfully bump it forward. So it ran. Bump. Yeah, I was like, and then that's why I was like, oh, shoot, it's running. So anyway, what we see here in 35 seconds should be the race we already just saw, and we can take a look at it again. I'm clicking back on the browser here. As Rolo said, it ran the race on time. Yeah, for sure. This is us, trying to figure it out. It's the first one. I bet. Hey,
Yeah.
150 years ago, what was the first real Kentucky Derby like? I wonder.
Yeah, it was like 18 guys, and they ran it early, and everybody was like, "Did that actually run?" They don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
what the
they're
hell?
just all
I don't
standing
know.
around. They're like, "Wait, that was the race?"
Oh, there you go.
And then there were a few duels that ensued. You know.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. It just refreshed, so it's obviously there. If everyone is on their browser, if you were tuned in live to us, you got to see it early. Hey,
Yeah, you
if
got
you
the
waited
alpha.
around, you got the just like lame after effect, So that's why you should tune in always to the Twitch and the YouTube streams of Third Time Entertainment. Yeah, so I'll refresh this guy. So yeah, congratulations. I mean, this is absolutely pretty shocking to me. I mean, Elvis was good, but I wouldn't have picked Elvis.
Soulmate
I don't
W.
know if I would have. Soulmate, at this point, has to be. What do we think is going through Soulmate's mind? I'd say it's hard to know.
He's probably, now that he's got this W, is he married? He's divorcing his wife. Okay. He's selling his house. He's going all in Photo Finish Live. And that's the thing. That's what we here at Photo Finish Live, when you get the itch, you have to go all the way. There's no, you don't let anybody stop you, not family.
No turning back.
Not loved
kids,
ones. Yeah.
No.
Face forward, put the blinders on. Get to the finish line, get to the podium. Okay? That's what it's all about. Win the Derby. Do you understand?
Here we are. The race is replaying again. It happened 15 minutes ago. Now we're all on the same page.
All right. Nice. I actually really do want to go. Oh, I maximized it, so it did that thing. I really do want to go.
Player says, "I'm going to bet Elvis on this race."
L. You're gonna take a fat L on that, dude. It's over.
So no regret. Again, looking back at this race replay, we'll watch it again now that we know sort of what happened. We can kind of look through a little bit of reduced freak out. Cosmo looked like had a shot there at 43-1, and then eventually got overtaken.
Imagine if Cosmo did win. God, that'd be.
God, these wide fields. This is something else. My goodness. That's a lot of horses in the running. I hope no one is injured.
They're so tight on each other too. This is one pack, man. It's crazy. Like there's so little spread. There's like maybe technically two packs. Yeah. One pack and two outliers.
So Cosmo
I was a bit concerned at this point that Cosmo would go and run away with it after scratching in yesterday.
Yeah, Cosmo was a late ad, right? And I don't even really know what happened.
Thank God he didn't win, or no one would ever let us live that down somehow.
I mean, even just talk about that. The scratches that happened at the real Kentucky Derby caused me a lot of pain and heartache because I had to keep recreating the simulations for NBC.
Yeah, 6 or 7 times.
Yes, at least. And then when I find out that our virtual one they're also scratching was, I was like, oh no. I mean, look at this field, though. It's pretty. Everyone had a shot. It's pretty bunched up. This is unlike any Kentucky Derby I've ever seen. Very, very competitive. So let's look at that. I mean, you got Elvis all within 1-2 lengths. Pellinor is only. Pellinor's not far. And then Scott's.
Now you're making me not want to retire him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little run there, Baltazar. 2:02. From the 20 spot on a little bit of a sloppy. Brian's here, and I'm going to just give him a little shout out. I mean, look how pretty this custom bumper is. I didn't even know that was in the game. Let's just all give a little quick.
First race run on the virtual Churchill Downs track.
I mean, looking at that too, like Brian, not only did he create this, he spelled everything correctly. Pretty
nice.
Shout out to Brian. Brian misspells a lot of stuff, but it's just a joke.
It's because his artistic brain doesn't have time
Derby
to spell.
Results.
Piecing together.
It even has the trademark in the right spot. I mean, this guy, his attention to detail, you can't beat it. Third time.
Incredible.
All right, looking at here. Okay, so we got Soulmate. Soulmate's got an MVP logo in the middle. That a boy? Soulmate, look at you, son.
Let's go.
Unreal.
Represent.
Hold on. I didn't even notice either. That's the Derby trophy, you guys. Look at that. Oh, snap.
Nice touch.
Oh, you know he's going to get...
is going to get his name inscribed on a trophy. Neither of you guys have that. Soulmate will. He'll have a trophy, an NFT, immortality, with his name inscribed. Soulmate stable. Everyone in the community right now probably just slowly punching themselves in the face to see that Soulmate is going to get the first rose blanket. Oh my God, Soulmate! Congratulations, Soulmate! If you're there, absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that! This looks so good.
I'm gonna need to. Okay, here we go.
Has the payout happened yet? So we can go look and look at the finality of it all. I think it has. Let's see. If I click here, who knows? My computer. I'm at an office with unstable internet. Kentucky Derby. Okay. I don't know. Maybe they're texting. Ian is effing cruel. Hey, sometimes. All right. So the Derby, here it is. There it is. The final is done. Elvis with the win. Pellinor with the place. Scott Street with the show. Talk Derby to me. Very close. You know, we're talking pretty. Look at these fields. 0.025 between Derby to me and Supersonic. Fib, the favorite ends up fifth. Do you think this game is rigged or what? What are your thoughts?
The favorite ending up fifth in a 20-horse field is completely reasonable. Okay, if you guys are going to try to come at us with that, we're going to need to see the math. All right, we're going to need to. It's not, the onus is on you. It's not on us. All right, make your own game, etc.
Polychrome. I was a big fan of Polychrome. I love the new name after the trademark violation that you guys worked your way through. Polychrome with 2 stars on Left and Dirt. Look at that. What do you think? She's going to the breeding barn? Are you sure, Phoebe? Are you sure?
Yeah, no, she's definitely. I mean, she's been pretty terrible except for the big races. I think she won one of the races where I was on stream with Fib on a Thursday night, where just completely out of the blue. I think she'd gone 0-8 or something like that.
Ooh,
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, beautiful. Is she ill-tempered? Has she been a trouble in the barn? Has she been a lot of work? Yep, there you go. Ill-tempered.
Yeah, I mean, she could be anything. So it's probably one of our horses I'm most looking forward to seeing the stats of. So, and that kind of drives us to retiring these horses. Is also you want to see what they look like under the bonnet.
Chris, are you going to retire Pellinor Fields? Are you going to retire Pellinor Fields?
Yeah, we need to know now.
You got some soul searching. Yeah, you have to decide right now. We put a cool down on your choice.
It's funny because I was on the fence about Rock, and I don't know if Rock can handle it. Like we just saw, he's all the way down there, and he came out really fast.
Oh my Lord!
At the beginning, which he's not supposed to do, as in theory a distance horse.
What happened?
Maybe, yeah,
he gassed out. He was too excited. He got too excited. It was a big day. He gassed out.
Gelding is in his future. Sorry.
Oh
buddy. No. Pellinor though, wow, yeah. I mean, tough to say. Let's look at this pool though. 272K in the win pool. And so, wow, who won the 18? So 12K got 272K. Man, I sure wish I had gone in on that. That's pretty good.
I didn't know if we were actually allowed to bet. I mean, it's not like we actually.
We're not. No, of course we're not. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I wanted to so bad though. This pool is so big. It's like I don't know who's gonna win. Like honestly, I could predict it. I mean, probably worse than a lot of players.
Just to even think about there's your 18 Xer. When's the last 18 Xer you got on Solana, Fib? Was it probably?
I believe it was.
Bushy
I believe
Beavers?
It was a project called Jemmies. And it was a very dumb and now dead project, but I made a lot of money on Jemmies.
I got some of my first horses with Steppen shoes.
Steppen. Boy, that was a negative 18 to 1 for me.
I only traded Stepan's token on leverage, and I did manage to come out a little bit positive.
I bought 3 pairs of shoes on Stepan. I walked to the coffee shop every day and was making $60 a day walking to the coffee shop.
$60 a day. That's sustainable.
And I'm telling
that was always going to be like
time. I'm telling everyone a third time. This is a lock. You got to get in on the old Stepan shoe, and then, and then literally zero. Lost it all. Oh my God! And
what happened, man?
Well, what's brutal about that one too?
Why does the price go down? I don't understand.
I don't get it either. I had a monkey, you know, and I had an SMB. Is how I converted into 3 Stepan shoes. I had a huge pop on my SMBs. And boy, should I have just held on to that SMB and then now had a barrel or whatever they're doing. Oh, man.
Yeah, you could have had a barrel, dude.
Every trade has been a disaster, except photo finish. Cheers to that, everyone.
Cheers to that. Hey, cheers to that. Cheers to that.
My portal trade is one of the biggest gaffes of all time. I minted an Onyx, or whatever it's called. Was it Onyx?
It was the middle tier.
I minted one of the
No. You minted the top tier. You minted the owner's
top
suite.
tier, whatever. Yeah, the owners on portals. I paid $500 and sold it for $20K the next day, and was just high fiving everyone. And they sold for $200K or $150K like 2 days later. It was like the biggest. I could have put my kids through college. It's a total
imagine being the person that paid $150K for that.
Yeah, they're
RIP
bad.
if that's you in the chat. RIP, you're a soldier. You are a warrior. And I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the absurdity of the universe, and I hope that you can join me. Cheers, baby.
No, we're laughing with each other. We all know what's going on. Gooch says
They're doing straight bottle pulls, man.
Yeah.
Straight bottle pulls. That's right. Who do you think I am? Who do you think
straight tugs?
The man with the sword.
The man with the sword. That's right. See me in my backyard. Fight me in my backyard. My gladiator.
Yeah, that was my. I mean,
I have been training
because
to be honest with you.
My friends were all like, "Wow, what an amazing profit!" You know, you 500 to 20 grand. I took my family.
That is still a great. That's still a great.
Yeah,
profit.
and they still say like, "Great trade." And to me, I'm like, no, I could have literally paid for like, my son could have gone to Harvard. Now he's going to like, Valencia Community College.
You can't live there. I have a good friend. I want to do a shout out. I want to give a shout out to my boy, Star Killer. Okay.
I love Star Killer.
Yeah. Star Killer's the man. All right. I've known him since I was a kid. I don't know if he's in the audience right now. He might be out and about. He's a man about town. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But, he is a man who lives in the shadows of his missed opportunities, and I can't. And all he'll do is just tell me about like, oh man, if I just did this, I would have had. Oh, I would have. It's just like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
you did like why even? Yeah, let it go, man.
Why dwell on it? I mean.
Don't leave a piece of you there. Don't leave a piece of you there. You got to be all here. You got to be here. You got to be looking at the chart. You got to be on 1000x leverage, staring at the millisecond chart. And
I'm not made for it, man.
Using macros.
I am definitely not made for it. The idea of crypto in general and trading in general, like the fact that there is a perfect top and a perfect bottom. It drives me insane, right? Like I can't deal with that. Of like, man, I made $100 grand on that trade. I could have made 200. Like I can't. I'm not poised to that. Baltazar, while you're here, are you what was your crypto background before you got into photo finish?
Yeah, so I started off mining. I built a mining rig in 2017 maybe. Did a
Bitcoin
bit of,
or ETH or
Ethereum,
Ethereum.
A bit of Zcash, I think.
Well played.
And then some Ethereum Classic for a little while. Basically, I flipped it all into ETH.
ETH Classic.
Well, I timed it reasonably well, not perfectly, but reasonably well. Lost a ton on meme coins during the pop before this one, so I guess that was 2018, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the beginning of 2018.
The ICO craze, kind of that era.
Yeah. That's when they were just making there's a bunch of coins branded with food.
Yeah.
You remember that? Great. Food coins? Yeah.
Food coins.
And then there were some that were, how do I put this? They would have been vetoed by the jockey club as horse names. That's
yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
We know what you're talking about, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the first time I kind of came into contact with it. Then I got more into trying to trade, just not really trading like chart trading, but like I like this project kind of trading. That went down a lot because
fundamental trading,
yeah. Insofar as there are fundamentals, which is the lesson that I learned. Then I went back to basics, got Bitcoin when it went down to like 3,000 at one time, and then I've done some
3,000. You bought Bitcoin at 3,000.
I bought a Bitcoin at 3,000. I wish I had done more, but I had just finished paying for a wedding, so I didn't really have the chance.
It's highly honorable to own one Bitcoin. All right, it's admirable.
Oh yeah.
And you want to know something? You want to know something, Fib? That one Bitcoin became some combination of these horses. So you have my Bitcoin. The Bitcoin.
Tread lightly, sir, because you tread upon my financial future.
Well, my financial future seems to be running pretty well based on that last race.
It is.
But yeah,
you're doing fantastic. You're doing fantastic, man.
Look at this.
Honestly, I feel like
look
you
at this beautiful gray. Everyone, even if you didn't win, everyone will want this gray, beautiful genetics in their stables. You're set. I mean, again, I try to everyone argue the last month or so in the photo finish Discord and community has been really pretty exciting. But prior to that, there's a lot of just arguing and a little flutter and this and that. But just think about this: a year from now, there will be how many Pelennor Fields offspring? It's just crazy to think about. There's 100, 200, 300 horses descended from this beautiful gray,
Yes.
Enough to make up the entire army of Rohan. There you go. There's your nerd reference.
Yes. Enough to fight the battle of the Pelennor Fields, yeah, hopefully.
Oh my God. I tried to make it normal and you guys ruined it.
Yeah, that's not an option, man.
Peeb, you've been quiet. Are you upset from the Derby? What's your thought here? I don't want to
share your salt, share your emotions, share your.
No. Look, we had reasonable expectations coming into us. We're happy to be part of history. It's nice to have run 4 in it, and hopefully we'll have another crack at it in the coming seasons. Just on the coming seasons, Ian. I mean, there's obviously the Kentucky Derby next season loaded in. Are we expecting that is the weather predicted right 28 days in advance? Is the long forecast that accurate?
I hope not. I don't know though. That's a good question.
It's a relevant question because it might impact people's it might impact people's decisions on retirement, because if it's currently showing a 0% firm, so if that changes, I imagine there'll be people who...
Really? Oh, let's see. Where did you find that? Let's take a look at it. You went to where? You went to...
If you click on... You can probably click on Churchill Downs there. I think it's the only other race loaded into Churchill Downs.
Go to tracks, go to Churchill. Then you went to next season?
Yeah.
Ooh, a 0% chance of rain 30 days from now? The meteorologist, I can't change. Of course that's weird, but I don't change this stuff. I don't even interfere remotely.
This is a randomly generated Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it's probably worth something hide in the future. It's probably worth trying to hide that, so because people will. I reckon soft horses will probably come off the track. Firm horses might be tempted to stick around for next year.
I've literally never even thought about it, but if I go to I'm trying to think of if I go to my weather app, does it give me a 30-day?
No, there's no such
weather?
thing as a 30-day. What?
Are you sure, Phil? There might be a 30-day forecast.
There's the Farmer's Almanac. Does that count? Right.
Our weather
It's gonna be a wet. It's gonna be a wet year.
Oh man!
Don't believe his lies. All right, it could be anything. It could be.
But like now, I would feel the fact that it's been shown.
True.
It's unknown with a 0% chance of rain. Like I didn't do anything. The system runs and runs. So should I go change this to be 40%? Like that feels like I'm playing God.
My favorite weather when I have to jump off, but I appreciate you having me. And congrats to Solomon.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Congrats on the placement, Chris. Awesome, dude. Yeah.
I am glad, Baltazar, that you figured out how to unmute. That was a big moment, really.
We've come very far.
W.
Right,
yeah, I'm also gonna get off and start retiring some of these babies and chuck them in the breeding barn and start breeding some of our horses. Cheers for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Pete.
Cheers,
that was an amazing
moment.
By, brother. Thank you very much. I'm going to throw Pib into guest 2, and we'll go to this 2 guest setup. No, let's see. Oh, wait, we got guest 1. Pib, it's been an amazing evening.
Incredible.
I am so sober. I'm sure you are as well.
Sober. Oh yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
The largest party in Web3. Where do we go from here, Pib? What do we do?
I don't know. I think what we do is we start the after party right now. We do charades. We do, we have discussions. Like what,
DJ
what
Khaled.
did people do? You know what we should do? What did people do in 1870 as the night digressed? You know what I mean? Like, should we just should we just duel each other with flintlock pistols? Like, I don't know, man. I mean,
that's what you did for fun.
Right? Isn't that what people did? I mean, what did they do, man? We could retire to the parlor, the fire crackling.
The parlor, the saloon.
Yes, and we swirl the scotch, and we. Yes, only men.
Yeah.
And we just,
Let's see. I'm getting out of focus.
There's no girls in crypto though. There's, don't worry about it. So.
They've got to be somewhere.
There are. I mean, we have Lacey
and others. We have attracted a lot of amazing fans to this game.
Actually, I think we have about 3 women in our whole community that I'm aware of.
That's 1,000% higher than every other crypto community.
That's 3,000% higher than every other crypto community. Shout outs to the women. Shout outs to the women in our community, the horse enjoyers of all genders and sexes. It is 2023. Hey, we all love
Lacey
horses.
says me, Raven, and Wasabi. I mean that is like a large percent compared to the rest of the crypto community. Obviously, we've seen any other random crypto parties. I would say we would be beating them by 100%.
Yes. We're you're verbally subtweeting right now, and hey, I can respect that. Yeah,
I'm trying to not bag too bad.
Yeah. No. It is what it is. It is what it is. But which lovely ladies we do have in numbers are these fillies, these mares. Yeah.
Okay.
And we certainly have a whole lot of them. And
so,
also,
speaking of that, the third time stable. Now that we talk about that. So we have a lot of horses.
Here,
we can talk about the actual game. We have a lot of horses here that were sort of gifted to us as third time because no one else claimed them. They were sort of like they fell through to us. So we have a lot of retired horses. I named them all after music type of stuff as I tried to do.
Can we look at the stable, or is that private information? I mean, anybody
can
look
this
at
is
the
it.
stable.
Boss stable.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the boss stable. So you can see the only 2 of them are pregnant. And the rest are...
All I see on my screen is the Kentucky Derby right now.
What?
Why can't I see? That's wild.
I am streaming, as far as I can tell, the... Hold on, let's make sure.
That's crazy.
You can't see any?
I see the Kentucky Derby page, and your mouse is going over it.
Okay.
I can access your stable anyway. Don't worry about it.
I want to make sure that everyone else sees. Oh, you're right. Sure. Yeah, I'm looking, and I am seeing. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to switch to this.
Wind
Is
Cries Mary.
Brave.
Okay, we got a lot of Hendrix. Spanish Castle Magic. That's a banger. I'm really sad that you can't.
There we go. Can you
Yeah.
see that now?
Yes.
That is the boss stable, right?
You
Yep.
prefer the down the line view rather than the grid view. It's respectable.
Yeah, just to kind of view. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna grab this. All right. So Spanish Castle Magic.
Spanish
I don't
Castle
know how
Magic.
to play that one. But Wind Cries Mary. I will. Let's pause.
There, cut the music. Yeah, cut the music. Yeah, it's time for it's. Let's have a little moment. Let's bring the lights down.
Oh wait, hold on. All right, that's Wind Cries Mary. Okay, then Bold as Love. I actually don't know how to play. Jessica,
I don't even know how that goes.
It's like sort of
nice. That the way that like your mic transmuted that, it sounded like it had like a wah on it. That was interesting. Like a flange.
All right, so that's okay.
Misty Mountain. You about to play Misty Mountain for me, Ian? That's a little bit of a complicated one. Yeah.
Little Martha. Let's see. That's that's bad. All right, Misty Mountain. Rambling Man. Yeah, that's a hard one. Voodoo Child.
Voodoo Child. Yes.
Oh, okay. Black elderly woman in the small town in the whatever,
Elderly woman, yeah, that's easy, dude. You got that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. In Bloom. Yeah. Let's go.
Bloom is a Nirvana thing. Yep. Okay. Lovely Rita. That's a hard one. Lucille.
Man Who Sold the World. You could totally do Man Who Sold the World.
Yep. Easy, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Penny Royalty, though.
That doesn't really have a
riff. Yeah, there's no riff.
I can only remember the lyrics. Yeah. Penny
Polythene Pam. I don't know. Strange Brew is a hard one.
Strange Brew.
Wasted Words, a hard one.
Love Buzz. Negative Creep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heart Shaped Box.
You going to drop D?
What is it? There you go.
Yeah. I got it with the mouth guitar. Nice. Yeah.
Anyway, that is the third time stable, and we need to knock up a few of these fillies.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
What do you think?
We need to get these. Yeah, no, because we breed these fillies well, and we just keep on. We have the power to continue to transfer very powerful bloodlines into the community. Which, by the way, like. I just want to take a little credit. I said it over Third Time Thursdays. I probably said this numerous times at this point. I bred all of these horses, and I want to tell all of you that these horses are bred very well. One of the only issues with these horses is that they had a little bit of a limited PFP stud pool. So you might want to. The good thing is that you can kind of spread them into your own different lines, but there's a certain. If you recall, Ian has this very powerful stud, PFP.
Unicorn nerd glasses.
Unicorn nerd glasses, very powerful. So you might want to avoid, mixing two of these together. Who knows? Who knows?
The inbreeding might hurt a little bit.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a limited pool there, but there were a lot of boosts. That's him.
This cat.
7681. Yeah, that guy. Put in work. Put in the hours.
Yeah.
Put in the hours.
Cigarettes, right?
Gatorade and cigarettes. Yeah, Gatorade and cigarettes. That's a good song. We should invent that song right now. We should invent that song right now.
Now,
Gatorade.
Gatorade, like a Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
Okay, and then with this weird, with this nerdy. See, so that was Spanish Castle Magic, which is one of my favorite Hendrix songs. Okay,
It is really good. There's like a live version, I think, in like London. Do you know what I'm talking about? With like the blue album cover with like Hendrix. Yeah, that's the best version.
Dude.
With the drum solo. Yeah, it's nasty.
I used to play Spanish Castle Magic. I would play on Guitar Hero all the time.
It rips.
Right, so Wind Cries Mary gonna have a sweet Ace King baby. Yeah. So if we look at my stable, let's see, did I lose the history? Brian's here.
The nerd being dropped.
Oh my gosh, Brian is here, and he has actual history of drawing the nerd glasses. Let's see if he can come into the
get Brian in here right now.
Here we go. He's got the iPad. It actually works. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh, that's so cool.
There you go. Look at that. Oh, it's like being green screened out.
Yeah, does it have a green background or something?
Look at him drawing oh my god.
That's so cool. Yeah.
You know,
lore.
Behind the scenes, the lore of photo finish is wild. Yeah. Anyway, you know what, guys? It's been real. We had the virtual derby. Brian will be awarding an actual derby trophy to who? Soulmate? Is that right?
Soulmate won, dude. Soulmate fucking took it, man. And you know he's got a beautiful bright red name followed by a rose. He is the Kentucky Derby champion.
I am so excited for that guy. I mean, he has been here from the get-go. Let me see if I go.
He's been here forever. He's a grinder.
Let's look at the stats.
He's a rain man. He's a genius. He's a savant.
So we're going to click on Soulmate Stables. Oh, let's go back. So he is ranked, number 11 in total Derby earnings. 1.2 million Derby earnings. Fib, I have earned 0, and this guy has earned 1.2 million. Okay, so here he is. He's got an MVP.
That's $15,000, by the way. Just
Jesus. He's got an MVP logo. He's got a purple horseshoe. The dude.
He lives and breathes third time. He's in here, dude. He's in here.
He is in here. An
Mr. B just said congrats to Soul Snake. Let's go.
As Gooch says, an absolute stud. Looking at Soulmate Stables, I mean, this guy, as far as I can tell, look at all the purple. Even if you don't even know what's going on, purple is good. It's better than green.
Yeah, he lives purple. He lives purple.
God,
whether it's
a little bit of green,
whether it's retiring horses. Yeah.
Look at
my God, he's got a crazy amount of horses. Oh my God.
Holy shiza. Okay, Zendaya,
some of these are
worst horse.
Zendaya.
This guy has 100 horses. Soulmate. Again. All right, let's look at it. You got 3-match Brat. You've got she's currently Preggers, Banana Vanna. Well, I missed it.
Paris Hilton. Nice.
Paris Hilton.
Astro.
No affiliation with us. No.
Okay. Completely unrelated.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Kardashian.
All right, looking at Astro Clock. So Astro Clock, top running 75s in the fleet figure. She's Preggers, Fib. Now,
oh my God, I can't get over that smile, man. That smile.
The birds and the bees, Fib. She's holding a new horse in her belly, Fib. Is that okay with you? I mean, I know it's a little awkward for others.
I mean, it's not okay with me. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with procreation. I don't agree with the sustainment of life. She's so happy. She loves it.
Happy.
I wouldn't ever stop her from being that happy.
Look at that smile.
Don't say that. Don't zoom in on the smile, man.
All right. So anyway, Astro Clock. Let's go back in time. Oh my Lord. She was bred from Brian's pin. Brian is here.
Brian, you have this pin?
He
You have a pin of
drew
it?
on
Oh, his pen.
his
Oh, sorry.
iPad. He drew a horse in space, and now look where we are.
Yes, Brian. So the ultimate lore
Unreal.
is that Brian
Unreal.
is actually the creator deity of photo finish, and
He is. He is the deity. He is the great creator.
I'll put it this way. If you're trying to make a sacrifice, okay, of some sort to some entity, there's no better entity than Brian Fleming.
Right.
For photo finish. Yeah. Do you want a little bit of luck? Do you want your horse to run its best time? Are you worried about its temper?
Yes.
You need to make a sacrifice to Brian. Yes.
No.
He created everything.
He is
his
the
vision,
rain god, the horse god,
there was
the
nothing
god.
And then in a flash, there were the PFPs. All at once.
Everything all at once.
That's right.
Brian's
right out of Brian's head.
drawing of a horse in a fucking flipping astronaut.
Yeah, he drew. He drew a freaking
Not
astronaut.
Not only is it an astronaut, he's got weird cow spots on him.
He does.
Boy,
now, if you'd like kind of like a sort of like a deeper lore, you can actually look at the completely unique traits of each of these one of ones.
I'm not ready. Or you're saying I should though.
Look at the attributes. Yeah, astronaut. But look at that, Appaloosa. That's a one of one. Nothing else is an Appaloosa.
Oh, that's right.
Nothing else is.
He's pretty based. All right, going back. Astro Clock, Soulmate Stables. This guy, Soulmate, has been here every day for 676 days. And the dude wins the virtual Kentucky Derby. He is the new Bob Baffert. Would you agree or disagree?
Oh, absolutely. He is.
Without getting banned.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
He could get banned.
He could.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a bold claim, Phib, that you think he'll get banned.
Only if he figures out a way to enhance his horses outside of our tightly controlled algorithms. Then maybe at that point. Is he capable of that? I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past him. He is a
listen. What does it take? What does it take to get to the top? He is incredibly enterprising. He's an enterprising man. He's a thinker. He's putting all the pieces together. He's solving the equations. It's like what does it take to get to the top? Does it take a little ruthlessness? Does it take a little heartlessness? Is it all just like positivity? Who knows? What is being great? There's a lot of questions here. But one thing that we know for certain is that this man has a bright red name with a small rose next to it, and he's going to keep that at least for another month. So,
no, forever. He is this stable with the MVP logo is absolutely immortal.
Okay,
cannot
we'll just
die.
Okay, true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's on the blockchain.
There will be a trophy that no one else will ever have. I mean, you see on Pawn Stores, like people sell their Super Bowl trophy. Soulmate might do that, but if he doesn't, there's only one first virtual Kentucky Derby trophy. This guy,
that's true, absolutely
is
true,
in the red or the black, whichever the bad one is.
No, he's in the good
Negative 556,000 on earnings.
Oh,
that doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, that's the red.
Until today, Phib.
Redemption. Vindication.
Yeah. He is Brian's song. Who's over there?
Beautiful.
$2 million in marketplace earnings. I'm still just gobsmacked. Congratulations again to Soulmate Stables. I'm excited for him. He's been around since the beginning. He knocked out 19 other horses, Fib. 19! Had a shot at the king, and he said no.
He is the king. Mm-hmm. He is the king.
No, he is.
Oh, you're saying,
no.
Yeah, he is the king.
How dare you?
Yeah, they couldn't take him down. They couldn't take him down. And you know what? It's like, Balthazar kind of saw it coming. I did not. I had no. Elvis was totally off my radar. I did not see that coming at all. Granted, I'm not. I'm not completely familiar with. Let's look at these records. 879.
Look at the guys breeding. Look at the stable. So, Big Balls, which seems a little inappropriate, has earned $24,000 off of 3 break. The dude, Denim Diamond. I used to go to a club called Denim and Diamonds when I was in high school.
Really?
I wonder if that's where he got it from. Yeah, it was 18 and up. You could get booze when you're basically under 18. Big Balls again. Denim and Diamond again. Astro Nerd. The dude is crushing in the breeding.
It's really not. I feel like Soulmate, you can hear in his name, you can already, he's kind of a breeding centric guy. He's a lover. You know what I mean? But it's like, he is. He arbitrated, maybe, who knows, like 30% more of all breeds that establish the bloodline of this game.
That's right.
Even
the
before
clock a year ago,
his Soulmate, even before this race, he was like a pivotal element of this community, of this game, and now he's here winning the Kentucky Derby. You don't necessarily see it coming. Life is sometimes unexpected, but he came through and he took it.
Life finds a way.
He came through and he took it, and no one can take that away from him. It's over.
No.
He's got it.
Look at that.
It's done.
First of 20.
First of 20, man.
20.
I can't believe the wagering pool on this too. That's awesome.
With the words Kentucky Derby. Elvis, congratulations again. An absolute massive achievement from Denim Diamond and the crew. I'm blown away. Congratulations. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Elvis, if we look back and we see, okay, look, a rough starter, but he's got decent heart. Not the best, but a strong.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the best heart. He's got zero temper. Like he ran.
Let's look
at
this horse.
Race.
This ticket a year ago, formed from the ether, came from stud rarity number 1, mare rarity 190, a strong bloodline.
Yeah, well, that's from Astro's the rarest. Isn't it technically the rarest stud, or are all the one of ones rank 1? Are they all ranked evenly?
They're all no. Astro, I think, actually is 1. They're all the same, but yeah, okay.
They just happen to be ranked. Oh no, it's actually your favorite horse. It's actually your favorite stud. It's not even Astro.
Yeah. My favorite. Brian's.
It's the ticket booth.
I made Brian make this. I said, I want a horse that is taking my tickets. And Soulmate said, you know what? I want a filly who's wearing a derby hat.
With the roses on it. With the roses on it. Oh my God, it was foretold.
A rose
it was foretold.
hat with a puffy shirt, which is a Seinfeld reference. This is amazing. The puffy shirt from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a pirate. It's all coming.
It's all coming together. This is all a strange manifestation. This is a dream. We're living a dream. Ian,
we are living a dream.
Dude,
the puffy shirt has the winner.
If we were to simulate this derby, is that something we could ever do? where we like simulate this Derby like 1,000 times and see who wins?
We could. We could. We could
I'd
rerun
actually
it in
I'd
a
be interested in
bizarro
that because
world.
I honestly feel like Elvis would not
No,
win that often.
no, probably not. And what was the money line or the morning line? I would say money line. The Derby, the morning line for
Can we find the morning line again?
Elvis was 17-1. Wow, wow, and it finished at 18-1.
This was a big drop. This was a zero temper horse running at its maximum performance. Like it's running its heart out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Soulmate found the right jockey.
It was the right jockey. He's always talking about jockeys. He's always talking about jockeys. Take it from the CM. All right, listen, I've seen Soulmate bring up jockeys. I think he's given up on it a little bit, but he used to. He used to talk about how we needed to mint jockeys all the time, every day.
Every day. And look, we didn't need to because you won, Soulmate. You won the virtual Kentucky Derby.
Yes, hats off. Hats off.
Elvis. I mean,
Fantastic.
a kind of basic name, right?
I mean, but doesn't it make sense though?
Right.
Doesn't it make sense now?
Elvis
Goes from
look at this history.
basic to iconic. Yes.
Wow.
That looks like a little bit
My
of an
question
up-only
for
chart, to be
Soulmate,
honest with
I hope he's in the chat. Is Soulmate retiring Elvis, or is he going to try and go for a twofer? What would you do?
I don't know, man.
I would go for two.
I'd breed him.
No.
I'd breed him.
One more Derby. The first horse in history to win two Derbies.
Well, you know what? Actually, you know what I'd really do is I'd do the math. It's like if in 1 year from now, it's like, okay, how many seasons does he have basically to race? How many seasons do I think he has to race at his performance at sort of like a performance level based on age compared to Gen 1? I mean, it's like because he is on a curve. All the Gen Zeros are on a curve.
Sure,
right?
He's getting older. Next year,
or
next season, starting Monday, will be a little rough.
Well, will it be worse or better? Who knows? Like, it's like I don't know if it'll be worse or better. So it's like, if I'm Soulmate, it's like I'm thinking like he is the Derby winner. Am I in a rush to breed him, or do I want to get more races out of him? It's like, what's the potential, profit? Either way, you weigh it, and it's just math. It's just math. And if Soulmate can do anything, it's math. All right.
That's true. And
I have faith in him to make the right decision about this.
If you're Soulmate and you immediately retire this horse, which it might have happened already. I don't know.
He's exhausted. He's not retired.
If he's out to the stud barn with this first place finish, I don't know. I'd pay a few grand.
For the Derby winner? Yeah, man.
Yeah, right? I mean, even though it's early and it's like there's something special here that we didn't. It's also a soft, like this horse is a mutter. And to get Elvis, a mutter whose mother was a mutter, I don't know.
I mean, Elvis is a like, if you want to, I mean, there's a lot of good angles on Elvis. I'd be really interested to see the stats on Elvis when Elvis retires. But like, I mean, didn't we catch those? What were the ticket stats or whatever? Like, you were looking at that earlier.
Yeah, looking at the tickets. Yeah, I mean, definitely no temper. So like, clearly a volatile, hard to predict horse.
So start slow, speed 3, stam 2, finish 3, heart 2, temper 0. That's crazy. That's a crazy W. The yielding surface.
Win.
Yeah.
Huge win. Again,
I mean, all I can imagine.
3 stars on left, 2.5 on dirt. I mean, that's what mattered. But if it had rolled, a sloppy-ish wet track, even better for Elvis. So
maybe. I mean, who knows? Like, I mean, there are other horses. There were other horses that probably had even more soft pref, right? I mean, I didn't check it out too much. Let's see. Elvis is a strong horse, man.
Let's see. Let's look again
You take
Elvis
Elvis
is
and you breed it.
the
You take Elvis and you breed it with like a high match, like S minus mare or something. Like you're getting a monster. You're starting a bloodline that is like disgusting. So
Elvis is the 18, way outside. There he goes. And look at this. Look at this. Oh, let me rewind. So shot out pretty good. You know, he's in the top 5 in start, even though he's not a great starter. And then sort of, okay, falls back a little, looking at the 18. Where is the 18? Right, it's hiding in there, right with the 19, right here on the outside.
yeah.
Right, there's we can see the patented Soulmate MVP stables with the pink
Absolutely.
horseshoe
Yes.
on the back.
No, yeah, not a foreigner to the podium. That silk. I've seen that so many times.
I've seen it so many times too. Yeah, right. So, but still hanging pretty wide. I just want to see kind of the end here. So final furlongs.
Oh, that's kind of a nice position to be in. Just slink in there.
So in the 3-hole.
Staying ahead of the
4-hole.
majority of the pack. The majority of the pack out in
There's
front,
Elvis.
not caught behind anything, just
not stuck.
Totally straight up open shoot down this last stretch.
And then just the heart, the temper, the speed, the jockey. Soulmate on top of this horse.
What is this? What is this? It's emergent, man. Not even we know why this happened. That's incredible.
But look at Pellinor, though. That's still quite impressive to fire up
Pellinor's
there
scary.
in Scott Street.
Honestly, I think I agree with Chris. I think like maybe like another 2 furlongs on this race that Pellinor would have at least photo finished it. It would have been at least like sort of a
right.
Yeah.
Wow. Again, congratulations for the history. So, Soulmate, we will have a custom trophy that literally no one else in the world will have.
Ever.
We'll hit you up and figure out how to send it to you or whatever. But the actual trophy of the first virtual Kentucky Derby. I mean, this is my mind is blown. My mind is still blown. Brian sent me an engraving. He says he's been chiseling.
Brian's been digitally chiseling this trophy.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Let's see. I don't know.
Please
how I can
bring it up. Can you though? Put it into the window that you're sharing. Put it on the screen.
I'll try. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that without like giving away all of our. Save that file. Okay. Put this over here. Elvis. All right. Let's see. All right. Let me change the share. Soulmate, if you're online, I'm very excited to show. Look at
that. Troy's in the chat. Soulmates is in the chat. What's up, everybody? We got 17. We got 17 viewers now. People that have stuck with us. What's up? If you're still here.
Yeah. I mean, So, Soulmate, you will have a trophy NFT that literally no one else in the world will have. Now, I've watched Pawn Stars. Have you watched that show, Fib?
I have. I've watched Pawn Stars, Ian.
Now, people sell their Super Bowl rings and their Olympic medals. Do you think Soulmate would try and sell his custom?
Oh, yeah. No, okay, listen, I was going to make this joke earlier. Soulmate is going to 1,000% sell this trophy in like 2 years. I have zero doubt in my mind. Zero doubt in my mind. No, he's got to let it appreciate, but he's a businessman. He's a killer, dude. He's a killer. They call him the snake in Discord. Is it a joke? Is it real? Who knows? It's like you got to like gauge these things. It's a jungle in there, man. It's like who knows better than me? I'm watching these things happen. Like I'm telling you right now, my over/under Soulmate sells this beautiful trophy in 2 years for a stupid amount of money. That's my prediction. And Godspeed. More power to him. I hope he buys a Rari with it. I hope he does something insane with this money. You deserve it, brother. You entered. You got through. You've been here the whole time. You've been creating horses forever.
Yeah.
You deserve.
I mean,
sell the trophy. Why not? Circulate it.
What?
This is a piece of history.
Only yours. It has his name on it. It's like when people sell their, Super Bowl rings that says, the Colts. It's sad. It's sad to sell your ring. No, you don't think so?
It's not sad. No. It's not sad.
It's got his name on it.
Yeah, but you know what else has his name on it? A beach in Maui. With the proceeds.
Here's a question.
A schooner.
You're a random NFT trader. What would you buy? What would you pay for the first ever Kentucky Derby trophy with someone else's name on it? What would you pay for that?
I'm talking like 2025. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Height of the bull market.
Yep.
Photo Finish Live is in every pub in the UK. Okay. We're
Australia
we're running our Australia expansion. We have UAE money. Like, everybody knows our game. It's the biggest game ever, and everybody's flush with cash. And you see this trophy, and God knows this point you flip one of one, and God knows whatever the new scheme is, whatever the new scam is, you've already flipped that. You have infinite money. The world is flush with money. This is like the last bull market in history. Everything goes down from here. It's gonna tank. Civilization is ending. You know what I mean? But you buy the trophy. Why wouldn't you buy that trophy? You buy that trophy for $2 million USD. Okay, like
2 million.
2 million USD. Yeah, but you don't even notice. You don't even notice because that's like 3 Sol. Okay,
3 Sol.
Right. Yeah. 3 Sol, and you just minted something for 0.5. All right, it's all good.
Yeah, you got a monkey for 0.5.
Inflation is 1,500%. It's 15,000% from what it is now. It's all good, dude. The rats are leaving the ship. You know what I mean? It's the end. It's the end. You buy the trophy.
Now,
simple.
Would you buy a Olympic gold medal from, I don't know, the ski jump?
Michael Phelps?
No. Phelps, he's hanging on to his, but like someone for whatever reason does the ski jump, the moguls, and you get a gold medal at the pawn shop for $1 million. Would you buy it? Assuming you're flush of crypto millions, you would.
Crypto millions.
You didn't earn that. You didn't do anything. You didn't do the mogul. You didn't. But you would buy it from Soulmate.
The people bought ether rocks for millions of dollars. Why? If interest rates go down, if stimulus extends into the future, like, why wouldn't people buy the first ever of probably even then, even in 2025, there will be no more games made in the entirety of crypto. 0 games. No one builds anything. It's only us. 2 years from now, why wouldn't you buy that trophy? I don't know. I ask you. I ask the audience. I ask the world. I ask God. Why wouldn't you buy that trophy? The Lord. Cheers. Cheers to him.
I would buy Soulmates 1 of 1, the first ever Derby trophy for infinite money. I agree.
Infinite money.
Yeah.
Troy says he'd buy it.
He'd buy it too.
Troy would buy it.
Yeah.
Troy would buy it. Troy would buy it. You know what Troy would fucking do? Listen, sorry for cursing. Troy would buy the trophy, and then in two years from now, in 2025, Troy would be in Discord shilling the trophy to people, saying that the trophy is going to go up. Okay?
Guys, it's 10x.
That's what Troy would
10x
yeah,
the trophy.
That's what Troy would do. Yeah. Shout outs to Troy. He's a god
now,
among men.
A question. If you look on Google, the 1920 something Kentucky Derby trophy, I believe, just was on auction for millions of dollars. The original trophy from the 20s.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a real piece. I think all Derby trophies are made of gold. Real gold.
Oh. Really?
an NFT digital gold, is it 10%? Is it
No. Okay,
or is
fine.
it 200% of the real actual Derby trophy?
They paid millions of dollars for Ether rocks, dude. Ether rocks.
When you're saying they, you mean we.
They, them, we. Hopefully we. Hopefully us. Hopefully me.
Right.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's all that matters is that you see a buyer on the other side of the transaction. That's all that matters. That's all that ever matters. It's a Ponzi life. It's a Ponzi world. It's a Ponzi country. Yeah. It's a Ponzi universe. Is there a buyer on the other side? Buy it. Sell it for more.
Buy it.
Get rich. Get rich. Profit off of this man's hard work, off of what he's done. Speculate. Make money out of thin air. Summon it. You know, like, and I bid you Godspeed on that. I hope that you do, and I hope that you make $1 bazillion. I hope whoever buys it makes it. I hope Troy. I hope you make $1 bazillion. I hope you bother me about this trophy for the next 10 years of my life. Okay. God, and you know what? And maybe we will develop. Maybe we will develop utility for the trophy. Troy, in the future. All right.
Yeah.
Don't count it out, dude. All right.
Why not?
Listen.
Right.
We'll do a throwback, like a reality TV show. You know what I mean? Where it's like they bring all the former winners back, throw you in a race. Who wins now?
Yep. Yeah. Well, I must say this has been an exciting night, Fib. Congrats again to Soulmate Stables for making history. The guy has been around from day one, a critical part of the community. I'm so happy for him. I mean, to the ups and downs, he's had struggle, he's had fight, the guy has been just pushing and pushing and pushing to make it work for his own stable and to win the Kentucky Derby.
Incredible.
There's no better honor. The first ever Kentucky Derby. Congratulations again. Fib, thanks for joining me. We're going to sign off now. And thank you all for tuning in. What an amazing event.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
And what's crazy is that we have to do this again in a few weeks.
4 weeks from now, but it's going to be, next time, every time it'll be incrementally better.
Yeah,
every time.
It'll be better and it'll be crazier and, but there's only one inaugural Kentucky Derby, and Soulmate can go to sleep tonight with that under his pillow.
Yeah.
Right?
Insane.
I mean,
insane.
When could you ever say you're the first at anything? And Soulmate Stables, our friend, can do that.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Cheers to all. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you in Discord, on Twitter. Brian is laughing hysterically.
Brian, why are you laughing, Brian?
I think he's just.
We're signing off.
Ian is not sober anymore, and
no,
we should call it a night. Anyway.
Oh no, we're good. We're good. Are you giving Ian a ride home, Brian? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm calling an Uber. Thank you all. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Cheers.
Signing off.